What if one of the biggest differences between a building that feels calm, efficient, and naturally livable, and one that feels awkward or exhausting, comes down to something as simple as angle, not the kind of angle you notice at first glance? I'm talking about the hidden geometry that shapes how a space feels, how light moves through it, how people navigate it, and even how energy is used inside it. In architecture and environmental design, angles are not just aesthetic choices, they are tools. A straight wall is easy to build, but the moment you change the angle, you can start controlling behavior. A 30-degree wall can deflect wind instead of fighting it. A 45-degree roof can help drainage and reduce snow buildup. A slanted ceiling can make a room feel taller, lighter, or more intimate depending on how it is oriented. That is the real power of angles. They change how forces move. Light, sound, rain, heat, airflow, and even human attention all interact with geometry. So when architects choose an angle, they are often solving multiple problems at once. One of the most practical angles in design is 45 degrees. Why? Because it is a balance point. It is strong structurally, visually dynamic, and extremely useful for directing movement, light, and water. In facades, 45-degree fins can block harsh sun while still letting in daylight. In landscapes, 45-degree slopes can help with drainage without becoming too steep to maintain. Then there are 30 degrees, which are especially useful for passive solar design. Depending on latitude and orientation, angled surfaces can be tuned to catch winter sun or shade summer heat. That means less reliance on mechanical heating and cooling. That is not just elegant design, that is lower energy use over time. And do not ignore 90 degrees. It sounds boring, but right angles are still the backbone of efficient construction, modular planning, and spatial clarity. Rooms that align cleanly at 90 degrees are easier to build, furnish, and navigate. Sometimes the most useful angle is the one that creates order. Here is the mechanism. Angles influence the path of a physical force. If a surface is flat against rain, water sticks longer. If it is angled, gravity helps move it away. If a wall is perpendicular to wind, it takes the full impact. If it is angled, the airflow can glide past or be redirected. If sunlight hits a surface directly, it creates heat and glare. If it hits at an angle, you can reflect it deeper into the building or block it altogether. That is why angled design is so powerful. It turns passive geometry into active performance. Think about a building entrance. A slight angled canopy can keep rain off the doorway while creating a more inviting approach. Or a classroom with angled daylight louvers can reduce glare on screens and make the space easier to focus in. Or a city street with building facades set at alternating angles can reduce wind tunnels and make the public space feel less harsh. Even inside homes, angle matters. A bookshelf placed on an angled wall can create a natural focal point. An angled ceiling over a dining area can subtly define the space without using a divider. A well-placed 15 to 30-degree window reveal can help bounce light deeper into the room. The best angles in architecture are not chosen because they look cool, though they often do. They are chosen because they make spaces work better. They guide light, shape climate, and improve the way people experience a building every day. So next time you look at a structure, do not just ask what shape it is. Ask what angle it is using and what problem that angle is quietly solving. The most useful angles in architecture and environmental design is just one small part of environmental design. If you are interested, our full free environmental design course is linked in the description.